Namaste Angels is the weekly love reading. We are starting with Quickie, Eat Cake, Massage, and it's 50-50. And I can see sex. This is really, really sexual energy. We also have the High Priestess here. That can be sexual energy too. Intimacy and just very high attraction to other people, especially females. And in the general reading, we also started out with the High Priestess here, and Pan showed up too. So I see the 29 is facing me also. Sex, yes. With Eat Cake, somebody could be celebrating something, maybe an anniversary, engagement, birthday. Now I have Dirty Movie. Could be sending videos, pictures, exchanging them. Something may go viral. Foreplay. Buy shoes. And forget it. With the dice, with the cards rather, we're starting with Crystal with the Ascended Masters deck. And there's also been a lot of indication that we might need to, whatever your practices are, whether health and healing, that's what I was going to, they just cut to the chase. I was going to say, whatever your practices are, you may need to employ them for energy healing. Okay, came up quite a bit in the moon reading that I did. And I am recommending that people invest in some sort of energy healing somehow, some way. It doesn't have to be from me, although that is a service that I provide, but somehow, some way, like I'm saying. If you do something on your own in your home or whatever it is, or you have somebody that you like to go to that helps you, do that this week. Over the next 2 weeks, this is a good time to do it. Because like I said, it came up in the moon reading also, and that covers a longer period. Health and healing. In the general reading, we had the Five of Swords show up twice. And the Five of Wands also show up. The moon reading, we had Pallas Athena and detaching from drama. And 3 Queen of Swords also in the general reading. And overall energy, and 2 came up in the same placement together at the heart of the matter. We have Follow Your Heart. So specific to the love reading, well, in general, focus upon your strengths, Apollo. In general, I think that some of us may have had somebody put some, or at least attempt to send us some sort of negative energy or put some sort of hex or curse or, use some sort of black magic towards us. And I think this week with the retrograde, some of it could be going back to them automatically, like without us having discovered it and sending it back physically. But there is, there are ways, of course, and very simple ways. There's some very simple ways for you to call back your own energy. If people are using it without your permission, you can just put it into the universe. I'm calling back all my energy. Any energy that anyone or anything is using in any time, in any space, in any dimension, without my permission, I call it all back, something like that should do the trick. But you may want to work with crystals. Again, we started with crystals, or whatever it is you like to practice, you like to employ with regard to health and healing, and specifically energy healing. It's going to be important. Like I said, I think someone's getting sent back, or if you're capable of sending stuff back to people, then do that. It could have been done toward your relationship too. Maybe not you as an individual, but maybe your relationship. Especially I'm getting if you are now or have been recently, could be for a long time, but recently you were still in separation. It may have been caused by this person or these people. So we're starting with the High Priestess. Excuse me. You're going to use your intuition, your wisdom, your common sense, anything you have available to you to think through any decisions with regard to love and relationship you have to make this week, and just be sure before, don't rush into anything. Definitely take the time to assess it using this high priestess energy. Also, alternatively, maybe the high priestess, it represents the sign of Gemini, can also be a water sign in traditional tarot practice, and that may be who's involved. And you see, she's on a laptop, because I usually don't say that something may go viral, but that definitely came to me. She's on a laptop. Maybe she's seeing something, she's witnessing something, or she's trying to get information. But something could be said about us. As a matter of fact, in the general reading, I shared that something was apparently said about me online, which is crazy to me, especially now that my channel is like, so shadow banned. Like, how am I affecting you? How am I bothering you? But anyway, the same thing. Well, it's what I'm talking about. Just people recognizing our light, wanting to dim it, wanting to put it out, wanting to prevent us from coming into, particular relationships, or union, and causing separation, causing other problems. Something involving a laptop, Aquarius energy could definitely come up. Another message is, having made a decision, having thought about it, using this high priestess energy, having thought about it, and determining, I'm going to let go of something that's been holding me back. Or I'm going to reverse something that's been holding me back. And then this could apply to, again, somebody sent you something negative. You're going to reverse it. You're going to send it back to them. Three of Pentacles has been coming up a lot in every reading I've done. Three of Pentacles is about not only abundance, but abundance that, we worked for. It's a worker energy. It's if you're getting paid for something, for example, some money's showing up. It's usually directly tied to your work or career or something like that. Can also be about meeting people at work, having met maybe our lover at work, our significant other at work, or through work. Here we have three females. One is nude. Nude female always gives me vulnerability. I don't think a person, particularly a woman, right? We tend to be more shy about these things than men, except, sometimes maybe if they feel inadequate about their genitals, then maybe they don't want to be naked either. But they seem to be a lot more willing to be naked than we can sometimes. And so when a woman is naked, she strips herself of everything. To me, that she's at, you can't be much more vulnerable than that. So there's a message coming through about, again, letting go in that sense and being uninhibited and shedding, any outer layers or cloaks, allowing yourself to be seen. Allowing yourself to be seen. That means something to somebody. And there could be some sort of party of three situation going on at work. Not necessarily a love triangle, but could be like people butting in or people involved in your situation. Maybe gossip at the office because of your situation. Again, this can also just be about meeting somebody through your work. Maybe that person is a Scorpio. This also came up quite a bit in the general reading, as did specifically the Gemini and Scorpio, or the air and water. The Queen of Cups is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or someone like into those traits or attributes, representative of love, emotion, nurturing, and the need to not forget yourself when you are nurturing, when you're doing those things, when you're caring for people. Care for you too. And it's about prioritizing yourself also. But yeah, you're coming out of separation. Some of you coming out of a time of rest. And you're ready to put yourself back in the game. And maybe might feel risky. May feel like, you're really going to sacrifice yourself and put yourself out there again. Not sure if you're ready, but some of us are going to be putting ourselves back out there. The rest is over. If you were in separation, coming to an end, maybe because the person's you know, the work they try to do on you is not working anymore. Oh, I had done this already. I'm just talking and doing it like mechanically without even thinking. Geez, I had done this already. Maybe we were meant to shuffle them up again. I guess we were. Now the King of Swords is the overall energy. Okay. All right, here what fell away is the Three of Wands. So something is taking form, becoming a lot more real for you, a lot more tangible, not just in your imagination, not just an idea, not just something we talked about, but it's not complete, whole here yet. So some patience may be required. It may involve a King of Pentacles. You might not know for sure, like he might not have told you yet that he's on his way, for example, but maybe you can see that that he's moving closer, or you guys are getting a lot more closer, or you feel it energetically. King of Pentacles is compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. The King of Pentacles is possibly a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your life, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He is generous, he is giving, he is loving, he is able to provide and provide safety, a feeling of safety, security, stability for you. Maybe even like in a father-like type of way, or he may make a good father. He can take care of you. He can take care of your kids. You can feel comfortable and safe having children with him if you don't have any. He is, the Emperor is possibly a Scorpio, again, that energy, or Aries, represented or ruled by the planet Mars. Structure and organization are important right now. Don't be afraid to take on a leadership role. So this guy may be a real leader, a real patriarch type in the family, or for you, would make a good father, would make a good husband, might be older than you, maybe more organized, maybe like a neat freak, whereas you're not. But those differences can work out. Also, this may be something where the attraction, maybe for you, or wasn't immediate for both, but there was something there that can lead you to get closer and closer and closer. Which is another thing that the Three of Pentacles can also mean too. It can mean like this other person, the relationship may not take form immediately. It's not, Three of Pentacles is usually not like love at first sight, but the other person does like hold you in high regard, and they do see you as somebody they could have a relationship with if they were going to get into one. And sometimes if we can be patient, it happens. A King of Swords also may be involved. He is possibly a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. We have Uranus, ruler of Aquarius, going direct this week in Taurus, which Venus rules. Venus also rules Libra. So there's a lot of reasons possibly for the air and the earth combinations too. We have Mercury, currently retrograde, ruler of Gemini and Virgo. So those are possibilities as to why this energy is showing up. Just going to mix these up here now. As well as the Knight of Cups, with which we are starting. Knight of Cups for me can often be about exes returning. If it's not that, it's still somebody, possibly somebody or a romantic situation entering your life. The King of Cups is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and an invitation to a social event. Also upright, we have the Eight of Cups. This is about putting in the effort, and then you're reaping the reward, like reaping what you've sown. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. And then we have another Four of Pentacles. So before we just saw the Four of Pentacles, it was in reverse. There are no reversals in this deck, but I'm going to presume it still would have been in reverse. And again, just means you are ready to let go of something, or you have recently let go of something that's going to allow you now to reap the rewards of that effort that you put in, you know, of releasing this thing that was blocking you. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. We also have the Four of Wands. I shuffled all of these after I did that last reading, and they're all back together again. Four of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. The Chariot, an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower. Public recognition. This is success. This is victory. This is movement. This is moving. The movement can be literal or metaphoric, you know, symbolic, in terms of, you know, moving forward in a, you know, philosophical kind of way, or literally moving forward, as in taking steps. It can be either. It can also be about travel and modes of transportation. So visiting each other and things like that. The Wheel, sudden movement where something had been stuck. Like I said, you may be in separation, then all of a sudden coming out of separation, maybe because the King of Cups, you're an ex or something, returns. A time of positive change. A situation is suddenly moves forward, and fortune is on your side. Oh goodness, how many more are going to be upright? The Knight of Swords. This is, again, the fast movement. In love, it can be about being swept off your feet, particularly if you're single. Somebody comes in so strong, you know, and suddenly your head spins. The Knight of Swords is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. A Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion, and to make your decisions quickly. Knight of Wands. We could go on forever. It looks like there's like 50 more cards upright. I'm going to just go ahead and shove these in here and mix them up. I don't know how they got back together. I mean, I do, but I do in the, you know, the ascended, the 5D sense, but of course in the 3D sense, it makes no sense that they're all back together again. All right. Overall energy is the Page of Cups now. He's intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase, and there are heightened psychic abilities. And the card behind it is Death. Again, more Scorpio energy. It is in reverse, however. The Page of Cups is himself possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. It can also be an offer or message of love, of, you know, emotion, something with regard to a relationship. Now, I'll still pull 4 cards, you know, one for each element, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this part because I want to try to get all the readings up today. And, you know, that can sometimes be difficult. All right, so the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Your card is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Very nice for love and relationship. The earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Your card is your own energy, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The Six of Cups in reverse. And last but not least, the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And again, our overall energy is the King of Swords, which could be Mercury himself as well. Ace of Cups in reverse. The simple answer is that it, or translation is that it could be something about a delay. There is a new beginning waiting for you, but it won't be coming this week. Um, However, there are other meanings to the Ace of Cups in reverse specific to love. Um, if you are already in a relationship, for example, it may not be the best one for you. And it's interesting because in the moon reading that I did, I talked about like breaking up with a soulmate so that you could move on to your twin flame. So it could be a situation like that. Like you're in a relationship, it is committed. You have somebody, unlike many other people who are still searching for a mate, and it's okay, but it's not really for you. Um, or it's not the best one that for you. So you gotta. I mean, the card suggests that you think about what it is you really want and need in life, and then go for that. So the thing again, High Priestess, using all the information available to you, really think it over, um, and listen to the messages that are coming to you, and listen to your body, listen to your feelings, listen to your own emotions, listen to your heart, listen to your soul, and then decide from there. Otherwise, it's not a bad omen, but it can mean that, like, if you're single and looking, um, just things in your life aren't exactly how or where they need to be in order for your love life to really thrive. So again, it calls on you to maybe do a self-examination and think about whether or not you've dealt with everything necessary in order for you to, like, just be free and open to love and have an open heart and stuff. Like maybe there's still some sort of hurt that you need to deal with, or again, maybe somebody has done something to you, or energetically, spiritually, you've been on a spiritual attack, and that is what needs to be resolved first. You need to do some sort of energy healing first, and then there'll be love for you. So I guess in the long story short, it's still about a delay, because it's still something. Once something is taken care of, then the love can come in. So yeah, delayed, and then there's some possible reasons as to why it's delayed. Similarly, for the earth sign, sometimes the Six of Pentacles in reverse can mean that, like, we think or we feel like we're open, like I'm ready, I'm open, I'm, come on, love. um, and we're not really. I mean, it means that we need to, like, open ourselves up more. Um, it can be about being, like, really independent too. And if Uranus, the ruler of the sign of Aquarius, has been in your sign, like for the Taurus, and even for the, but that'll be Taurus too. I was gonna say, with Venus there in Capricorn, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. I mean, she could be giving you some influence too, because I mean, Venus definitely represents femininity and being able to rule the world on your own. So that could be causing maybe some earth signs to be, like, particularly independent, or to come off particularly independent, like we don't need it or want anything from anybody else. And that can, of course, put off prospective love interests. So, um, there's a need to show people that we are open to creating a space for them in our lives, and welcome them into it. On the other end of that, I posted something this week in my community tab about independent women, and the example was a gentleman who had an independent woman in his life, and he was talking to his friend about, like, how do I basically, like, it was like the type of guy that wants to provide and stuff. So, how do I go about doing stuff for her? She always says she doesn't need anything. And his friend says, look, man, like, with that kind of woman, and I'm sure this can go for men too, especially men of the feminine archetype, right? For that type, what you need to do is just do for them. Just do. Like, don't ask them what do they need done. When somebody's that independent, they want to see you just showing up, doing your part. Because otherwise they don't need you. They're going to do everything. If you don't do that, they're going to do everything. So that's really the idea. All right, so moving on to Gemini and the Six of Cups in reverse. There's Six of Cups is usually about something in our past that we know existed. It could be tied to the Four of Pentacles that was in reverse, because it's something that we know existed that needed to be taken care of, and we just kept like sweeping it under the rug, and not addressing it. And this now is saying that we're likely to begin to soon, start to deal with some of these things that we have been avoiding with regard to love. So, maybe it's a conversation that we need to have with a mate that we're with. Maybe we got to tell them it's not working out and we're interested in somebody else, or we're interested in being single, or then we got to tell somebody else, I'm not interested in moving on with you. I'm interested in staying with the person I'm with, whatever. Or maybe we got to deal with some sort of difference. You never apologize for that thing, and I've been carrying it with me. I don't want to go into 2022, or, we just started this year. I don't want to go through it still holding on to this old thing. Let's talk about this. I apologize, or I accept your apology, or whatever it is. Something that's been preventing you, hasn't been preventing you, because you've been sort of just skirting it and going around it, but it's something that needs to be addressed, in the long term, if you're really going to do something. If you're in a committed relationship, then things that you've swept under the rug in order to just like keep the peace, and harmony in your house and in your relationship, they may resurface like on their own, and you're gonna need to deal with them. You're gonna be like forced to look at them. If you're single and like really sort of like longing for a relationship or love, the time has come that we look at ourselves and try to figure out. So again, employ that high priestess energy and use it for self-assessment, and try to figure out what is it that I'm doing or maybe not doing that is causing me to not meet people, or, to end up in the type of relationship that I don't really want, to not, to not attract the type that I'm really interested in, or whatever it is. And then when you figure that out, you change it. Right? This is about change now. And the Uranus direct transit is also about major change. Check out the general reading at the end. I talk about Uranus direct. For the water signs, this can be about like petty arguments, stupid arguments and disagreements that are probably not worth having. It's going to be attached to, like I said, I saw in the other reading, the Five of Swords twice, the Five of Wands, the drama cards. So there's something brewing in the air, Mercury retrograde, and it's leading to disagreements potentially. The idea here is to get to the root of the problem. Usually the thing that sets it off or that you're arguing about is not what the problem is. Like you start arguing about the toaster. And of course, nobody gives a fuck about a toaster. You're not mad about a toaster, but there's, you're just on edge because there is something bothering you. So the idea is, if you're able to talk about the real thing that's beneath the surface in a calm manner. If you don't feel like you can do that, then try to, walk away and avoid disagreements if at all possible. If you're feeling lonely and looking, I always say there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. If you're feeling lonely and you're single and you're looking, then similar to what I said about the air signs here and needing to do like a self-assessment and figuring out what's going on, there's probably some more work that you need to do on yourself too. I guess I saved the positive or the best for last. The other thing is the fact that the swords are in reverse can also be an indication more associated with the general meaning with this card of, being tied up, is that the energy around you has loosened, or you figured out a way to free yourself from what you previously thought was restricting you, or you realize you were never restricted in the first place, and you're finally able to move forward with something. I didn't talk about the overall energy with regard to love. The King of Swords is the type of person that he is very stubborn and set in his ways, and not very flexible in terms of being willing to change. He may be an actual Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but he does not have to be. It can just be somebody that behaves this way. Actually, I have an excess like that. He's a Virgo. He's very, it's like his way or the highway. And if you want to be with this person, then you have to accept that, like, or it's like take them or leave them, basically. And you may decide you want to leave them because, it can seem kind of narcissistic. Not like narcissistic behavior, but yeah, they just are how they are, and they're not going to change. And they're, so be prepared, be ready. I guess in fairness, a Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so maybe it makes sense. All right, let's get into our crossbred. And this one is with a focus only on love. So we got recent past, near future, message from higher self. They won't have any repeats this time because they're all from the same deck. Oh, here goes a different one. 3D life. And the heart of the matter will not have any repeats this time because it is all from the same deck. Again, our overall energy is the Page of Cups. Recent past. Queen of Swords. Experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. So, again, the Queen of Swords most directly represents the sign of Aquarius, but can also be a Gemini or a Libra, or someone like into those traits or attributes. She is the queen of, cutting out what no longer serves her, and clearing the energy around her. Also sometimes referred to as the feng shui queen, because even in a very literal sense, like rearranging things so that there's better energy flow around her. And she may be particularly empowered to do that this week, or have been recently, because of the energy of temperance, which is around her. By merging varying points of view, you can generate extraordinary new ideas, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. Temperance most directly represents the sign of Sagittarius, which is Gemini's mirror opposite, and where Mars recently entered. Venus's counterpart Mars recently entered Sagittarius, so that may be another reason why this is showing up here. Another meaning of temperance is that we've decided we can come to some sort of agreement, negotiation, collaboration, compromise, and or set aside our differences, or look beyond our differences, or we decide our differences are unimportant and we drop them, and so that we can move on. Queen of Swords, or someone Queen of Swords like, or in a Queen of Swords fashion, that I'm cutting out this and I'm bringing in this, may have recently decided on something they want or don't want in their life, and what they're going to do, in order to make that happen. It's time to stop procrastinating and to make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. This can also be, again, somebody resolving a situation with somebody through compromise, or through just saying, fuck it, like, we don't care. I don't care anymore that I'm white and you're black, or whatever, that we have this kind of difference. And they could end up in bed. It could be a one-night stand, or, like the first night that they meet or reconcile, straight to the bed. It's another possible reason. Possible meaning of those. Near future. Near future, sadness. I think this is old sadness, though. I think that something comes up here. Sadness is part of life. Yes, it is. But you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. So again, there's no reversals in this deck, so this could in fact be like a Three of Swords in reverse, and I think it is, that there had been a past hurt with somebody. Now also, this could be because there's two potential characters here. Like I said, this could be leaving a soulmate and going with the twin flame, or leaving a soulmate and going with the twin flame. And so there's going to be sadness and or hurt involved with one, right, or the other. Because if you've been with somebody, just letting them go, it's sad. This is also representative of the separation itself. This can be, the Three of Swords can be about a separation. So again, now we could be reconciling. We have the King of Cups here. He is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. Okay, this is in the near future. This is coming to you. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. And he may be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And then there's another potential of a Page of Wands. I'm getting also, like, for those that a masculine or a male is coming in, he may be a King of Cups type. And for those who have a female or feminine coming in, they could be the Page of Wands type, and maybe actually a fire sign. An Aries, Leo, a Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. Both of these very positive cards in love. So if you are ready to move beyond whatever this hurt was, there's something, again, near future for you that's awaiting. And you may get like word of it. Again, there may be some sort of offer of love, or a loving message, a kind message, or a message, period. You've been in separation, and all of a sudden you're getting a message that's going to make you feel good on its own. That sparks, this reawakens this thing that maybe you thought was dead. You thought was gone forever. It just changed. It just transitioned into something new. And it may involve an actual Scorpio, as mentioned before. The King of Cups can be an actual Scorpio, perhaps. Message from higher self is the pain, the difficulty, the challenges are over. It's the end of a career path, project, or relationship. Yeah, like I said, we could be leaving one relationship, and maybe it's making way for a new one. So that could be brings about some sadness, some feeling of loss. The end of a career path, project, or relationship brings feelings of mixed joy and sadness. You're happy it's over, and you're kind of sad it's over, right? Relief and disappointment. Put aside your fears about these changes and trust that a brighter future awaits. So you also may be, your higher self is saying you also may be feeling some sort of just lack and loss because you're, of what you're going through, letting go of something, even if something new and better is coming. And focusing upon the negative, however, or worrying about money or your career or, any kind of loss or lack, negativity can block your progress, because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to, be trying to start something new. This card is kind of specific to a business, but it's not, advisable to start necessarily anything new. However, your higher self reassuring you, or assuring us that we do have the strength to get beyond this. And when we do, there is something much better waiting on the other side. And it will be the type of love or the type of relationship that supports you, right? That can carry the weight of whatever it is you're going through, the good and the bad, the thick and the thin, and you'll be able to do the same for this other person. It'll be mutually, there'll be mutual respect, mutual adoration, mutual support. I hold you down, you hold me down, or I hold you up, or if that's when look. Sometimes you prefer to look at it that way. People do. I hold you up, you hold me up. We're each here to support the other. True strength also is displayed through kindness and compassion. There may be some sort of hurt, again, sadness, separation, loss that had occurred, that in order to move forward, we're first going to have to forgive each other for it. And true strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. So even somebody that maybe made you feel as if they left you out in the cold, that is over. And if you willing to accept it and acknowledge it, there's this strength and support here for you to get through that, and again, to make it on the other side to something better. 3D life, the Empress. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. The Empress most directly represents the planet Venus and the signs of Taurus, Libra, and Gemini, which she rules. This is a card of fertility, growth, expansion, abundance, love, fertility, pregnancy, like fertility in the literal sense, fertility in the metaphoric sense, you know, creative ideas. She is currently located in Capricorn. Together, these are bringing us not only all those things, but in balance, in harmony, you know, in a healthy way. We also still may feel like we have a bunch going on, or we may want to monitor, maintain, be conscious of all the things that we have, so we remember to nurture each and every area, and don't forget ourselves. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs, right? You may have a lot of things on your plate, too many responsibilities for one person to manage. And when you do, it's important to balance your work and your personal life, and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. So always, you know, remaining upbeat, happy, and remembering to take care of you, allow you some fun and good times too. And then we have another 3. We got the Empress, and it's another major arcana card. 2, major arcana card 12 also equals 3. The Hanged Man. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill, so it might feel like nothing's happening in this meantime, but that's a good time to operate and to take care of details while it feels like nothing's happening, because when things get set in motion again, you know, they're going to start to move quickly. And it's important to be yourself. That means it's important to be honest with you about what your needs are, what your wants are, so that you put the right things in place. The Hangman represents the sign of Pisces most directly. This too can be about, again, like I said, getting out of one situation and ending up in another one that's healthier, more balanced for you. Again, more mutual respect, on the same level, the same, you know, the playing field's been leveled, and it's 50-50, like the dice said, because these are both 3s and can be about some sort of party through it. There was an extra energy involved that is getting reduced to the 2. At the heart of the matter, wow. Whoa! How's that for love and relationship jackpot? The Wheel. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. The Wheel represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, esoteric ruler of the sign of Pisces, where it's currently located. Is about sudden movement. So here we have, like, it says nothing's moving, nothing's happening, and it may feel like that too. But remember, I said all of a sudden it'll start moving very quickly, and then here's the evidence, here's the confirmation of that. So even when you feel like everything's at a standstill, boom, all of a sudden it can start moving, and it's going to move in a positive direction, and you're going to be overwhelmed with the abundance that it brings. We have the Ace of Wands. You could be actually getting the wand for those of us who are females and able to receive the wand. Well, I guess you don't have to be a female to receive the wand. There are other ways to receive it. So yeah, whoever, any and everybody could be getting the wand. An exciting new opportunity. Career advancement. Change your life now. Specific to love, the Ace of Wands is a very positive omen. It's like new love, relationship, strong commitment right around the corner for you, right around the horizon. Very, very nice. And it's here with the Queen of Cups, who is most directly a Scorpio, tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. The Queen of Cups may also be, of course, a Cancer or a Pisces or someone likened to those traits or attributes. If you're already in a committed relationship, it gets much more deeper, much more loving. If you are just embarking upon one now, it will be, again, very exciting one. It'll just be all of a sudden you're sort of thrust into it. So again, your head may be spinning. You're just swept off your feet, overwhelmed with love. It's a very healthy and positive love, not toxic situation, but it may happen, or at least start very, very quickly, very, very fast. You do have to remember to also continue to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, not just falling head over heels for this other person and prioritizing them only. Take care of you too. You could meet them while you're traveling or doing something for work. And crossing that, we have a positive card too. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. It's the Six of Pentacles. Gifts of money, time, or effort. new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Six of Pentacles, as relates to love, for me, is all about totally unconditional love. Well, actually, in any placement, it's about unconditional love, because it's about giving without, an agenda, without needing anything returned to you. Just giving because you want to give. It's genuinely of your heart, not because of what you can get out of it. So this is, again, mutual respect, mutual respect and adoration and love, and equality in the relationship. No, like gender biases, and I'm one that believes in, like gender norms in a relationship for the most part. I'm submissive to my man, and so all of this, but there's still a way for each person to be treated as an equal in the partnership, and that's what the Six of Pentacles represents. Also, equity in the relationship, so everybody is benefiting too from out of it. It's not like one person is getting all their needs met and the other person's not. This is just really, really a beautiful card in general. It's one of my favorites in general, but also in love, and it's very Venus. So you see all her signs here. Here's Libra with the scales of balance or scales of justice. Here's Taurus. You see all the greenery. You see this like very scattered looking, confused air in the back. That's Gemini for me. And if that's the kind of love that we're getting, and it's partnered with the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, I am very excited about this type of love and relationship, and hope that I'm on the list, with some of you, or those of you who are, to receive it. I hope you've enjoyed the love reading. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. Namaste.